shaky, not at his top form, but this season, especially in this playoff, both of the mid laners has showed up and stepped up to be compared. As like, yes, no wonder they're top 3, man. No wonder.
You agree?
I don't know, man. For me, it's like, for me, a boy, he's amazing when he gets his picks. But the thing is, a lot of his picks aren't meta. We saw him get his hands on the pyramids just yesterday against the Gord and Cho of Kiboy. We've seen a couple of different things, and I think it's also the same for Marcel and for Nazara. For Geek Fam, they are very strong when they get certain picks. Bigatron, they have a whole lot of heroes in their arsenal. Way more than Geek Fam right now, it seems.
Do you think they're still hiding the picks, or this is just the default that we're going to be expecting from today onwards?
But I feel like maybe they still have thing out under their sleeves. But again, this is the final battle for one of them. So I think it's the best way to let everything go. If they have anything up under their sleeve, just let it all open, let it all out.
Let it all work out.
Let it all work out. So that
Release the beast.
Release the beast. But again, for both teams actually, they have been more successful on the utility junglers.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Harley, though, is an interesting one because both teams have also found similar success in the playoffs with the Harley, right?
Yes.
Obviously, against ONIC, it didn't work out, but that's ONIC. Against each other, I think the Harley can really work out here. And Nazara and Niall play a very, very mean Harley. So that's definitely one of the things that we're going to have to look out for on top of the utility picks.
What about the Fanny? What do you guys think about the Fanny?
That's true, another pick, yeah. So, yes, a few utility jungles work. But the Fanny has worked specifically against one team, and that's TLID, right? So I don't know if these two teams have a Fanny problem, if they, are scared to deal against a Fanny, because it looks like they're very comfortable leaving the Fanny open and countering it.
And yes, Geek Fam is the home team right now, so they have the pick advantage, and they pick right side.
Smart.
So they're building up the success that they have in yesterday's draft against ONIC, and build that up. Oh man, it's gonna be very interesting because again, in the first pick you can ban out a lot of respect ban heroes, but in the second pick there's a lot of template ban, I must say. The Freya, the Marcel, even the Jushin against teams like BTR. So man, the battle is not only in the land of them, but it's also in the draft phase.
It all starts in the drafts, and I think Bigatron have shown better drafts throughout the playoffs compared to Geek Fam. Geek Fam against ONIC, I really feel like in those first two games, they dropped the ball hard and
so hard.
To compare the two teams, Bigatron in their first two games against ONIC, I think wiped the floor against ONIC in those drafts.
But again, though, Bigatron, hopefully in this match, they don't show their Bigatron DNA.
Because they showed it.
They showed it.
They definitely
Even
showed
against
it.
Team Liquid ID.
That's true.
Before Moreno saved them all.
I was like, yes, this is the moment. Oh, damn.
It's only strike if it happens 3 times. So far, it has happened twice, and I think they've learned. No more Biggie Choke. Remember, hey, robot men, it's Baguette-tron, all right? No Biggie Choke.
Okay, we'll hope the third time doesn't come here, ladies and gentlemen, because we're getting straight into the drafts through Dangerous Grass. Presented to you by the official gaming code Infinix GT50 Pro. With the Dangerous Grass now picked up, do you think this might sway or impact the drafts in a certain way?
Sir, I think this is the map if you want to pull out the loyalty special, the health curve, because Dangerous Grass, more way to ambush people and everything. But again though, in this high stake moment, will he pull it off? But I feel like I doubt it. But again though, see, the first 2 bans for Bigatron, respect ban for Nazara, a very good Winifred player, and also Povius. And for Geek Fam, respect is a template ban. Fanny ban if you want to pick it up, and also Marcel, in which we know Finn has played it amazing.
That's true. So right now with the Povius ban, this is something that we actually don't see a lot from Bigatron, right? It's just pure respect onto Marcel, but also a setup. I was gonna say to a Paquito,
but nope.
But no. So what is first pick? If we have seen Bigatron in the last 2 days, we know that there's only one pick in their minds.
Jushin or
Yeah,
Claude?
I think it's the Jushin, dude.
So will they let it open and trade it on the Jushin and the Claude?
Remember, the Freya's still open as well, and that's the game they're playing with the Phobius ban. Freya gets banned out, so Jushin should come through.
They picked up the Harley first pick one.
Yes, they have.
And it failed.
And it
against
failed.
ONIC. So I think, man, come on. You're coming on after 22 kills performance, you know, why don't you just pick up the Jushin here? Or if they really respect the Claude, no, never mind. You just give up the Jushin, trade it for the Claude. Of course, you're right.
Yep.
KennzyySkie, favorite hero in this playoffs is the Claude. He's
And the
been playing
Baxia.
so well. Yeah, Claude Baxia, makes sense. Or Claude Frederick, whatever they feel like it. But again, for both junglers, they've been more successful with the utility jungler.
Yep. Could be a red 3 Baxia if they really want to save that. Go for the Claude Yi, just wait for the opponents to reveal their cards first, and then you get a safe pick into red 3. So we'll see here. I don't know about leaving Marcel's pick into the second phase, though. I really feel like they need to pick it up here. I don't want to see another Kinsey situation where his heroes get completely taken out of the draft before second phase.
So let's see what Mr. Maxmore, Vivi, and BBB are thinking right now. Is it the jungler or is it the mid laner?
Yep.
Yes, just a straight up mid laner pick. The answer to Jushin. So, if you're BTR, do you just want to go a full trio mid with the Khalid, or maybe a Fredrin Khalid, or a Baxia Khalid, just to control the mid and also the refer control?
I think so. I think it's a very, very good idea. You know, get the Baxia, get the Khalid here. They also already banned the Probius, right? And with enable the Khalid, and we've seen that Geek Fam actually, they don't do too well when they are on the ropes early on.
Yes.
When Bigatron get the lead, I think it'll be very tough for Geek Fam because again, the reference is last night, ONIC, game 1, they went for a full early game comp. They dominated Geek Fam to start, and Geek Fam had no counterplay.
And the hero that started all is the Khalid, right? Oh, no, yes. So Fred and Harris,
A bit safer.
a bit safer. Again, if you don't pick up your gold laner here, then it means the Harris will be banned out on the second phase. So it makes sense. But do you go to Baxia here though?
That's the thing, right? The Baxia's been a very, very good pick, don't get me wrong. But the Fredrin should have the red 3 advantage against the Baxia, okay? Against what we saw yesterday for Nazara, was the Baxia winning. But that's why Niall picked it up. I remember back in the day, I had a conversation with Niall in Season 12, actually, you know? He's like, no, Fredrin is the best pick. Anyone, you put him right in front of me, I will win out the red 3 battles, even the Baxia. So it's kind of a signature pick and a comfort for Niall. I get why they went for it, but now they have a lack of shred, coach.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second, brother. We've seen this draft before from Bigatron. Is this a Benedetta XP that they're gonna try to go for?
Oh, interesting one. But again though, the advantage of Baxia is the early game advantage, right? If the Baxia keeps rolling and gets a snowball early, the Fredrin will have a very hard time entering even the turtle pit, right? So maybe that's what Geek Fam's thinking, but for Bigatron they're thinking for the late game, not the Fredrin. Yes, a very good one. We've seen yesterday how devastating a Fredrin Arlet combo in hands of ONIC.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's still gonna be either Marcel last pick though. Balo will pick up 4th pick.
I agree.
Or if they pick up Marcel hero here first, we can expect a Hellcard from Baloyski.
Ooh. That would be a crazy one. Back to it. So let's see. What is the final ban? I like the respect for the Atlas. We've seen Baloyski do crazy things on the Atlas. What's the final ban?
They want to eliminate the XP lane.
Kalea?
There are no
Oh,
the chip.
Yeah, a deep ban there. They go for the chip, something that Baloyski has played a lot of early on in the season.
Game 3 Dewa.
Game 3 Dewa, that too. Geek Fam, I think the safe choice would be, yeah, again, like we could see the Helker last pick, but we could also see the Kalea last pick, coach, if they really just want to escape from the Gatakacha threat, right? But they go Khalid instead, just mid-Rio, so it's the opposite.
They pick up the Khalid, so it's also a deny pick,
Yeah.
so that Bigatron doesn't pick the Khalid. And I think Baloy has already learned a thing or two from yesterday, man.
Yeah.
When Kiboy just run around, ranking havoc.
So this should be, do you want to risk it by going Kalea, though? There's not a lot of damage straight up, right? Not initially. You're just going to have to rely on base damage, and you're going to have to go for an XP damage dealer. So Kalea Bene, is that what they're thinking
Kalea
about?
Bene or Kalea Yuzhong.
That's true.
Makes sense.
I think I like the Yuzong a bit more.
Because Kalea is more just not only for pick off the heals and everything, the sustainability is also one of the factors why it's one of the strongest roamer right now. Or you can go Asura just to be safe.
But the Valentina can come through. Last pick. Wait.
They're looking in the,
Yeah, it is a Kalea, but it is together with a Sora. So this should be the Valentina for Geek Fam, right?
Yes. And looking at Marcel, yeah, Marcel have a lot of
He's played Valentina before in XP, and he's done very, very well on the XP Valentina against Asura.
Twice. He played twice and 100% win rate. So.
This is tough. Bigatron by Vitality. It's almost like they're playing into the cards of Geek Fam.
But again though, if you have the Fredrin and the Fredrin doesn't get poke early game, he can play for the XP lane and can poke the Valentina early. So maybe that's the plan of picking up the Sora. But I think Geek Fam right now is really thinking about picking up the Valentina or a Lapu.
I agree. I think those are the two choices. I was going to say the Lapu could be a choice if they don't want to go for the Valentina. Obviously, though, you are going to be losing out in Prio, so there you go. It's an easy choice for you, though, right? Like, in between those two, I think the Valentina just edges it a bit more. With the box shell, they'll be able to rotate up top as well, so I don't think the Fredrin can get the advantage for Shogun. This is a bit of ego from Bigatron.
Let's see how this all unravels, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 1, as we throw it over to our casters.
In Season 12, it was a ticket to the world stage, a ticket to M Series, and now that encounter happens again. In the lower bracket of MPL ID Season 17, it is Geek Fam against Bigatron, but this time it's a ticket to Paris, it's a ticket to MSC.
Let's see which team will deserve that slot, as ONIC is awaiting in the grand finals. Ladies and gentlemen, it is again the Red Robots against the Geeks.
The same crossroads, the same stakes. Only one team will fly to the City of Love, while the other will watch the lights fade before the journey ever begins. And beneath it all is a fated encounter. Nael, once a monster forged by BTR, now clad in red, he is rebuilt as a machine of destruction for Bigatron Esports. This is game 1 of Bigatron against Geek Fam.
To the Lanadon we go, and it's already early action in the mid lane where BTR is able to get out, but again, no trigger spells just yet, as now will be able to clear the orange. Just close call there as BTR was hovering around.
Yep, that Valentina XP appearing for Marcel. Well, we have seen him a few times played in the regular season, but he is not known for that Valentina. Well, obviously, the Lapu with the Kilo is everything. BTR, that's going to be a heal contest, because one has the Surge of Life, the other with the Quicksand Guard. But the Khalid at least helps kind of... Ooh, that was close.
That was.
The Khalid kind of helps deteriorate that mid pressure that the Chusin will bring to the table. That's why up against the Kalea, I think it fares pretty well. And now they want to go for an invade to the green camp.
That seems like Finn will be the first one to fall. That's first blood for the Monster Maker, BTR.
Yep, and up towards Finn. That's a kill, Moreno!
Uh-oh, the flicker. Ooh, that's a spell from Moreno, though. Let's see if that will be able to, you know, convert to the turtle later on, but that's still just a kill between them. That's Mal finding the taunt onto BTR, but I don't think there will be more action here as both teams are preparing for the neutral of the day.
We were given a teaser of what it looked like. Baxia against the Fredrin yesterday. But yesterday was a different type of game. That was Kyrie with the Baxia winning the retry against the Fredrin. Now Marcel has the Shifting Skies.
That's going to be the real world manipulation pops. Oh, big airborne from Moreno. A flicker as well. Nazara in the back spot, still able to claim the turtle, but that's a taunt, a big one, as Nazara will be the first one to fall here in this fight. A boy now isolated here, that's a taunt as well. No spell able to save a boy. Another kill on the board for BTR.
That's a big win for Bigatron by Vitality. Yes, they lost the neutral objective, but at least the kills were able to go their way. One for Shogun, another for Finn. And then you have Moreno with the juice in, right? We saw what he was able to do yesterday. 22 kills, 0 deaths, 80 Sky Piercer stacks, and an outplay to go with it. And this is a talent prediction by Gopay with only going Geek Fam. Okay. I'm backing my boy Chefin.
Wow, you're repping Chefin indeed, as it is still, again, a 4-0 from Mirko. Not surprising.
It's a best of 7, Gani. We have to remember that.
That's true.
I want to help Chefin out, because yesterday it was only him and 2 fans. Now he has like 3, so a total of 4, you know?
Wow. You can't even play rank with 4 people.
Oh, you can. You can. Well, we're going to find a random bigger trooper maybe to join in.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but so far, Everything is quite low tempo. Obviously, you want to only center around that neutral objective, right? As the Fredbeard, the Buckshot comes rolling in. That's where the Sora also is very strong. Eman again goes to the Eman force as PMI for KennzyySkie. At least he gets the gold crab, and that's where Karss excels as well in lane. The fact that that skill 1, the Synchro Vision, is so good at taking these crabs. So Zara gets one for himself as well. And this matchup up top, at least the Valentina will have to hold that ultimate first, because the one who pulls the trigger first might have the lower disadvantage, right? Because then it goes on a cycle. Once the ult expires, you need to wait for the other Sora, or the original Sora, to go in, Blazing Duet.
Oh, this is bad. The Blazing Duet there, defensive one. So far, Eman has been winning in lane, at least, seems like. And now we'll see the turtle. That's going to be stunned. That's going to be RW blocking Moreno in place as well. Oh, Tsunami Slam will not save Finn. Actually, Finn will be the one to fall. 2 members of BTR here deleted. As we can see here, that's a flicker from Marcel. Shogun, look at that. Find some angle, but I guess it's a free kill for Geek Fam as Geek Fam takes the fight and the turtle again.
Feasting on every single machinery they can find. And that was again a good showing to Monforce and an easy BMI. But can this turn into something of a collapse? Eman will close that door and will clear that wave, but look at Marcel up top. We know he's playing Valentina, but at heart, it's the Sora that he's gonna play with the ultimate, and we have seen his Sora very well. The fact that he took blue form in that fight, Vikatron were just pushed back with the amount of damage he's able to create. Moreno down one death, and Azara gets the Curse Helmet as the first item priority. This is the trend we've been seeing so far in the playoffs. Skipping entirely the most essence, not keeping it, and just completing the whole item. And that was Eman, I think, with the golden, or rather the gold crab. Now you wait for a minute, right? Because you see these teams wanting to make a move to the rivers, controlling again, getting that mid prio. So far it hasn't been looking very clean. Kenzie
pulling the trigger in the bottom lane. That's going to be the roamer also joining. Here comes the BMI and the Blazing Duet. Beloyski applying pressure towards Eman as the boy is there with the RWM locking him in place. A kill, an important one for Geek Fam again.
This is a dream start for them. The fact they're able to get 2 neutral objectives with the Baxia in play and a few kills as well. 3 for Beloyski, by the way. He's the one stealing the show. And I like that confidence from KennzyySkie. As if it's communicated, they're gonna go in for more because that flank and that gank was coming from the riverside. Item builds by Dunia Games. First item Oracle for the Valentina. It's all about the extra shielding, the regeneration as well, and then you have the survivability. And so far 8 in armor for the Beloyski, knowing that Moreno is always gonna be the beacon of light for Bigatron by Vitality. He can always turn things around. But this time, the different monster is facing. It's Geek Fam with eyes on the objective.
Let's see, it's going to be a 5v5, seems like Nile. And Nazar, take a look at the back, Tsunami Slam on towards one. Nile finds a turtle, that's a big one, Finn taken down.
Going in.
That's a big double. That's going to be Geek Fam collapsing again. Marcel finds a triple. They move onwards as BTR, they run for the hills. And again, Geek Fam, they keep the 5 members up and running. They want to target the mid turret, and they will get it.
Geek Fam are so clean on the team fight so far. Yes, that was a neutral objective finally in the hands of Niall. But Geek Fam, Marcel, the catalyst again, with that shifting skies, the cloud form. It's as if he knows which one to use, and that was just locking down the Kalea in place. Because with a Tsunami Slam, you want to bring the victim to the team, but then you have some sort of peel. With the Sora, 63% for Bigatron by Vitality. Not much of Geek Fam, at least in that honest prediction, but we do have a special someone over there sitting in the panelist desk.
Yeah.
Believing in Geek Fam.
Keven is in the building. CITB and 4,000 gold lead, right? Minute number 8. That's a healthy, comfortable lead that Geek Fam is currently in. And BTR here, they're catching strays. They're struggling to find proper fights. Now, keep in mind that Kenzie is on his way towards his 3rd item, which is going to be very dangerous for BTR when they want to commit fights.
Swift Trinity as well, right? And then the Shogun going for the first item War Axe that we mentioned earlier. He's looking for the sustainability, obviously. but he also wants that bit of damage because you don't really have physical damage. It's Tsunami Slam.
They pull the trigger here. That's going to be BTR getting all in. Reaching Sandstorm towards the back.
BTR
trying to hold on, trying to buy time. That's going to be BTR.
He's not dead.
Struggling. He's still surviving with Trokoun. Finds a kill onto his boy. Finally shutting BTR down. Is Amon in the mix. Taken down. Now Kennzy is also taken down by the roamer. Take a look at the isolation. Marcel the Lethal will be taken down. Moreno collects another kill. That's a 10. That's a stack for the Skypiercer.
And just like that, Gani, everything turns around. And with that, a Lord spawning as well. Moreno bought the Skypiercer in the nick of time, gets the first stack. 10 for that Skypiercer, and this is where he gets scary. This is where he can be the catalyst for Bigatron by Vitality. It seemed to be a winning fight. Not a winning fight, but a fight that Geekfam could have extended to wait for the cavalry, the backup to arrive, to help them. BTR took him long enough to die, and he still fell down with the other members following suit from behind.
That was a shutdown too.
It was a shutdown to the roamer, right? And this is why a bounty on a roamer sometimes gets a bit tricky. It's a bounty now that Bigatron will feast upon him. Out of build. Like we mentioned, that Skypiercer, man, Moreno with a Skypiercer is just so scary. Because you know how aggressive he could be with the Jiizee, but how composed as well he could be. He plays very, very safe, super safe. The Yeve in the hands of a boy. Glowing one with that wishing lantern, so he wants a tad bit of the damage from the projectiles. And possibly just shredding down the players of Bigatron by Vitality. But the question now is, does Bigatron have enough damage to go through Geekfam?
Seems like they won't, right? Take a look at the gold already. It's swinging towards the red robots. With that fight, they're able to get the lore. They're able to claim more structures. And what looked like Geekfam's game now, the map is looking blue. Orange buff contest. That's going to be Shogun taken very low, still able to dash out as a boy pops the real world manipulation here. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought it would be a straightforward one-sided game for Geekfam, but no, BTR, they equalize, they neutralize, and now they're on the offense here.
Hey, Gani, if you know how to choke, you know how to make your opponents choke. That's going to be the main philosophy of Bigatron mostly. But at least they're doing things right now, right? Trying to, again, reassess the lanes, reassign them. So far, Geek, they're on the defense.
Oh, that's a quicker Tsunami Slam on towards the Marcel, the XP. That's a big stun, though. BTR finds the kill. Marcel also able to flicker around. Take a look at Geekfam. Kennzy finds the angle with the Blazing Duet, claiming the double kill as Moreno with a Crimson Beacon backs away. The left man standing is the Maestro.
The red robots fall, 4 of them, and it's just the Maestro alone having to recall and then clear the wave. Look at where Nazara is.
Wow.
Deep in the base, and now they can feast on that jungle, that purple buff. Down bottom will be cleared by Marcel, but that was such a good fight to take Geekfam. What? That was under turret, and then I think it was Marcel who waited for the other sword to pop the cloud form, where you can really get that CC going on. And it's a battle of, I'd say, patience when it comes to that, right? Because you both have the same ultimates. It's just who engages first. Sometimes you have the advantage if you can get a massive set, 4 players, 5 players. Sometimes it's not, because once you go for that set, the other member can just play beneath that cycle and then go through it.
They were impatient. They were impatient, right?
Yeah.
They were the ones pulling the trigger with Finn, flickering forward to Tsunami Slam onto Marcel, but again, Geekfam just composed, and now it is still Geekfam with the advantage. They got the mid inner turret.
And behind that Tsunami Slam, they don't really have a burst damage, Gani, to insta-kill the Tsunami Slam victim, right? Because usually, you know, you have that insta-kill button, and the shred becomes a problem as well for Bigatron by Vitality. That physical damage isn't really the best if you would say. Sure, Sora hits the Fredrin to a certain extent, yes, with a big bonk, but now it's all about this Lord dance.
It's going to be a very important fight and a Lord contest for both teams. And Zara claiming it. That's going to be Marcel just zoning 3 members here in the front. That's going to be Shogun isolated and taking down Geekfam. Still able to look for more. They want to close the gap on towards Finn, who is stuck in the bottom side, but is able to find an angle to escape. Only Shogun died there, but remember, Geekfam, they got the Lord.
Marcel soaking up everyone there. in the front line, and Nazar could go to work with the Lord taken as well. Down bottom, they will secure KennzyySkie. Malefic Roar, I believe, or Malefic bleeded. That's gonna be him. Given the chance, given the space to hit from afar. And you don't really have backline access, I would say, from Bigatron by Vitality. Sure, you have the Kalea, but then you want to go for the Claude. Possibly the Yves. The Yves doesn't run the Purify. He runs the Flicker, so he, you know, has a way. He's gonna move back and shove back, but if you don't go for the Claude, it's super safe. Now they march into the base. This is still the first Lord. Now let's see, second Lord, excuse me. So let's see what damage it can deal.
Yeah, the mid turret will be the casualty here so far. Belowski though, jumping in with the jump there.
Flicker.
Finn will not commit on towards a fight just yet. As Bigatron seems like they re-stabilize. Sure, they lose out on the mid turret, but they manage to defend their top tier base turret.
Wait, hold on a minute. I saw a boy flicker back. I don't know, I think he was expecting for a jump to come from Finn, but that was so far away. And that could mean something if Bigatron can look for something, possibly look for the Yi, because that flicker is now on a timer. And possibly Bigatron by Vitality. You have the pick-off tool now, the Kalea.
Yeah.
Now, just the damage, that insta-kill button. Sure, now Eman is 4 items. Pretty strong to fight. In the Harith, we can see throughout the playoffs the magical things that the Harith can do, the magical things that Eman can do.
Yeah.
And this Harith will go stronger, even stronger by the minute. But as of now, it's Geek Fam's game to win. And they also have pretty good scaling. They have the Eve, the Claude, that Shred is always going to be existent for Geek Fam. And then you can see KennzyySkie opting for that winner crown with the expert gloves. Obviously, sustainability will be there. And yep, you go with the winner crown. Completed too. Last item for the Jiizee, or rather, the fourth item, sorry. The Jiizee will be the Divine Glaive. So you have that extra magic pen, because you're gonna need that damage to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the items from Marcel as well, right? Very focused on defenses. Chastise balls on Queen's wings are already inbuilt within the system as well. Let's see here, purple buff will not go for BTR. And 10 seconds here, expect a big fight. Because the spells here are almost all available from both teams. So expect like a big 5v5 right here. Top lane is dealt by Trokoun.
Trokoun showed. So I think Geek Fam do want to go for this, because now Marcel can be the one to pull the trigger if they want to go for an execution.
Yeah, they want to stun Nile. Now Kenzie, blazing duet on towards Moreno. Just to intimidate. They reset the Lord, they go back. And Finn re-engages after Marcel taunted. Finn loses mortality. Take a look at the back. Here comes Marcel, just disengaging, but it seems like it's not going to be enough. Marcel taken down. That's going to be Flicker from below. He heals back up. Both the experience are off the board. But here comes the gold laner and the mid laner, Nazara. Finds a double, as it is going to be a big wipeout towards BTR.
This is going to be a one straight push. They have the timers to work with, and the minions will accompany them. The Crystal, wide open.
Geek Fam, they showed that they are stepping up here in the lower bracket finals, ladies and gentlemen. In the first round, it will go to Marcel and friends.
Strike one for Geek Fam, as they will be the first team to secure a game in this best of 7 series. Bigatron by Vitality, left speechless of the level that Bigatron, rather Geek Fam, can bring.